Welcome back to Autism Live. We are joined right now by the fabulous Michele Thorne. She is the founder of D.A.M.E.S, which stands for Differently Abled Mothers Empowerment Society. She is also a board member of the Autism Society of Greater Phoenix. And get ready for this. Before autism came to her house, I'm going to read this slowly because this is amazing. She has a bachelor's degree from Arizona State University in molecular bioscience and biotechnology, and a master's of science from Arizona State University. And she's worked as a geneticist at the Translation Genomic Research Institute and was published twice in peer-reviewed journals. Good heavens, woman. Welcome to Autism Live, and I know I'm late to the game, but I'm glad that you're a part of our autism community because we need more diverse moms like you who know about this kind of stuff, because this is how much I know about molecular bioscience and biotechnology. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being. And I can't wait to talk about all these different things. So, but you do identify yourself as having more than one child on the autism spectrum. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so both of my children have been diagnosed with autism. My son Jackson is 6 years old and needs a little bit more support. So he is still nonverbal, but communicates really well with his AAC device. He's actually just like any other kid on that device. Snarky, funny, is just a little sucker on that sometimes. We're like, really, Jackson? He's like, yeah. And then my daughter is 3, and she was diagnosed last year, and she is a little bit more better functioning, so she doesn't need as much support. And it's really been very eye-opening to have both a boy and a girl, and needs more support, needs less support in my house, because I basically feel like I have the spectrum in my house.
Wow.
Which is really helpful when you're helping lots of different moms, because when my son was diagnosed, I had a very myopic view of what autism was. And then when my daughter was diagnosed, I was like, oh, like this is what the spectrum looks like. So it's been very eye-opening and very helpful, and it helps me relate to a lot of different kinds of moms.
Which is kind of incredible. So at what point did you decide to create D.A.M.E.S? Like, what was the thought process? How did this come about?
Yeah, so, like you said in your beginning, your intro, I have been very accomplished in my younger life. When my son was diagnosed with autism, I was actually teaching college-level genetics classes. And when he was diagnosed, he was nonverbal, he regressed, and it really just rocked my world. And I went from teaching adults genetics to not being able to teach my son how to speak. So it really makes you question a lot of things about yourself. You start to have that self-doubt. Your whole perception of who you are as a person just gets completely changed. So when that happened, I really fell into a very deep depression. And it took a long time to pull me out of it. And what really helped pull me out of it was giving back to myself, educating myself, giving back to myself, doing self-care techniques and tools. And once I got out of that, my eyes were really open, and I was like, why doesn't this exist? Why isn't there a company out there that sole focuses on giving back and giving care to the caregiver? Because the kids are going through it, and we're managing all of that. And so we are under enormous stress and pressure, and yet everything is focused on the child. But you see these parents, and I know because I was one of them, who are just falling apart, and yet there's no lifeline for them. And so I really wanted D.A.M.E.S to be a lifeline for other parents.
What an amazing, amazing thing. So so you created this. Let's talk a little bit about what D.A.M.E.S does and who can participate and how they participate.
Sure. So, of course, I went back to my research roots when I started thinking about D.A.M.E.S, started looking at different peer-reviewed journal articles to see what was really there in the research that helps parents. And what came up over and over again was this need for community, this need for Deep self-care. So I'm not talking about superficial, let's go take a bubble bath. Those are great. But how do you recenter yourself? How do you learn how to meditate and find that inner strength? So we do meditation Mondays. So every Monday, a new meditation gets dropped in to D.A.M.E.S, and they're stored there. So we've been doing this since January, which means that we have over 35, I think we have 39 meditations up right now that any mom can access at any time because it's all online or on our mobile app. The other thing that we offer is Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday is a Pilates or a yoga or a stretch class. So when my son from 0 to 3 didn't sleep, he slept for maybe 3 hours a night, so we were getting 3 hours of sleep a night. And I have always been athletic, and what saved me was going to Pilates or doing Pilates 2 or 3 times a week because it's not as intensive. A lot of the classwork is done on your back. Great, I can lay on my back and put my leg in the air and spin it around. I have that much energy, and it's time for yourself, right? And you're giving back to your body. So that's Wellness Wednesday. And then on Friday, for those who are really big fitness buffs, we do Fitness Friday, where we have a pre-recorded exercise program that's again released and added to the D.A.M.E.S, cycle of videos that you can choose from when you're doing self-care.
And this is all online.
It's all online. It's all online or we have a mobile app too. So the mobile app has all of this because I really wanted to make sure it was available wherever they are. I mean, I've had days where I've driven my kids to therapy and, they're screaming the whole way there. And I get there and I just feel like I need to recenter. And so I will pull out my D.A.M.E.S app. I will open up a meditation and I will sit in the car and just try to ground myself again before I have to pick them up. And that's what it's all about, making self-care tools available to the parents wherever they are.
Okay, but all these things that you're talking about, I mean, I know because we do a show here, it's very time intensive and it's not cheap to put all that together. So there is a little bit of a cost, but it's very manageable. That so it's kind of a subscription to be able to have access to those things. Tell us a little bit about what the subscription is and how often you have to renew it.
Sure. So I just want to point out one other thing that we do. So we also do an education series, which is a webinar series. So we have people come on and talk about special needs trust. They talk about how to travel with your special needs kids. So it's basically like going to a conference. We do them live, we record them, and we post them, so they're always available to our members. So when we talk about membership fees for D.A.M.E.S, it's $25 for the entire year, and that's it. The other thing that we offer is scholarships. So anybody, I know that this life is hard and it's taxing and it's expensive to pay for insurances and to maybe not be able to have a job and all of that. So we have never ever wanted money to be a roadblock to anybody's self-care. So we offer scholarships too. So that's always an option. And then we offer a sponsor a D.A.M.E. So even if you're not the person who has an autistic child, but you know somebody who might benefit from this, you can go on and sponsor a D.A.M.E. and provide that self-care for someone in need.
Which is amazing. Okay, so I wish that I had known about this ahead of time because, we do a toy and gift guide every year, and there's a part of it where it's just for parents. And I absolutely would have featured D.A.M.E.S. And so I'm going to say to you right now, I want to feature it in next year's, in 2020's guide. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Because I've already picked the winners for this year and had people vote and whatnot. But I would have included that because, honestly, when we want to give to an autism parent, we sat and talked, my team, and we're like, well, what do you want to give them? You want to give them time? You want to give them peace? You want to give them mindfulness and being centered, and you're talking about and self-care. So you're talking about all those things all in one app, and what a great gift to give a friend of yours who's an autism mom. What an incredible thing. So I love that idea, and I love the fact that it's available so that you can take it with you, because a lot of times all we have is our phone. And you are in the carpool lane, or you're waiting for your kid to come out of therapy, and that's the only time of the day that you get and and instead of playing like a Candy Crush or whatever the current game is that people play, why not do a meditation? How long are your meditations, Michele?
Yeah, they're very short. They're 6 minutes to
Oh, that's
15 minutes usually.
yes.
So they're meant to be so that it's something that you can kind of listen to very quickly and get recharged. The other great thing about the mom who does the meditation, so anytime I hire anybody for D.A.M.E.S, I always try to look within the community first. So the mother who does the meditations for D.A.M.E.S has children on the autism spectrum. So everything is really geared towards that special need mom because she knows exactly what we need to hear because she needs to hear it herself. So they're all very oriented to this community.
Wonderful. So if people wanted to subscribe or they want to buy something for somebody else, somebody they know or that they don't know, where do they go?
So they go to www.damesusa.com.
Okay, D.A.M.E.S. USA.com and $25 a year. Now, do you do it by a calendar year? So if somebody subscribes right now, then they renew in October of 2020?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So $25, you guys, to have that connection. And you're adding at least 3 things a week here that are touch points that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm guessing the meditation goes in on Monday, but if you don't have time till Saturday, it's available on Saturday, correct?
Oh, absolutely. So like I said earlier, we leave them up. So right now there's over 125 videos that are on the D.A.M.E.S website and the D.A.M.E.S app that are available to all of our members. And again, that's just, if you love this meditation, this is the one that you need today, you can always go back to your favorite meditation and listen to them again.
And the same thing with the fitness classes. So there's a new one on Wednesday, there's a new one on Friday. But if you're wanting a 5-day-a-week workout, you would just have to go into the archives and pick the one that you want. For $25
right.
a year, that's pretty amazing, you guys. And to know that it's geared towards you, mindful of the fact that you're working a different program than your friends are. There's just no 2 ways around that. Your friends are centered around Gymboree and their lives, and that is not your life right now. And to have access to a group of people and to these self-care things, it's really quite a value, Michele. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
So once again, so it's D.A.M.E.S USA at what? .com. .com. Okay. And I imagine that there is a place on there where they can click and say, contact us if they have questions, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Wonderful. Well, Michele, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, and thank you so much for being so clever and so smart. I guess it takes advanced degrees in molecular bioscience, biotechnology, and science to know how to take care of ourselves, because nobody else can crack the code on that, right? So thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for your work with D.A.M.E.S and with the Autism Society of Greater Phoenix.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. It's building D.A.M.E.S and doing D.A.M.E.S is a part of my self-care, and so it's a pleasure to serve this community and to meet all of these mothers. They are D.A.M.E.S, they are warriors. They're amazing, amazing people, and it's exciting to be a part of their lives.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your work. I'm going on there right now. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.